Hey guys, today I want to share the 3 steps that you need to take to drive large volumes of traffic to your website for free. But first, take a look at the result of using this strategy. So here's a website that's getting almost 100,000 visitors per month. Now, even at a conversion rate of just 1%, you can imagine how much this traffic is worth. And here's another website that we worked on. Now, the traffic grew from a few thousand visitors a day to almost 10,000. And here's another website that we took and increased it by 500% to 50,000 visitors. So, how did we do this? Well, I'll tell you about the 3 steps that you need to take. But first, it wasn't through the usual channels, because traditionally, when it comes to increasing your website traffic, you really have only 2 choices. So you have to choose between SEO, getting traffic from search engines, or you need to spend money on advertising. Now, neither of these 2 options are perfect because, well, SEO takes a long time to get any kind of results. You're probably looking at somewhere between 6 to 12 months just to index and rank a new website properly. Now, SEO is great for the long term and you should be doing it, but it has to be done right. And then it is ultimately up to Google to decide if it wants to reward you with traffic. So it's not a good option if you want traffic right now, today. But the other option, well, that used to be to spend money on ads. But again, there's another problem with that. I mean, firstly, it costs a small fortune, and really there's no way of knowing if your ads are going to work. And you're probably going to lose money, at least in the beginning, during that testing phase. Now, secondly, when it comes to paying for ads, you have to either learn how to write persuasive copy or hire an expensive copywriter to do it for you. And then the only way to find out if your ads really work is to then test and pay for multiple variations. So, what's the alternative to SEO or paying for ads? Well, I'll tell you all about that in a couple of minutes. But first, let me share a true story with you, because I want to tell you how I finally had a major breakthrough with traffic generation, and how I went from scrubbing toilets for a living to building a successful website that changed my life. It eventually got millions of hits every month, and it allowed me to become financially independent. And on top of that, I even had my competitors asking for my help. But it wasn't easy, and it didn't happen overnight. In fact, there was a period of time when I wondered if I was even on the right path, or if I'd just made some huge mistake with my life. You know, I worked all the hours I could on my website, but it was like nothing seemed to work. There was no traffic, no sales, no revenue, and you already know that without traffic, you don't make money, because traffic equals money. So without that traffic, I didn't really have a business. And it was confusing, it was frustrating. And a lot of it didn't seem to make any sense. And I secretly wondered what my friends and family thought about me behind my back. And the frustrating thing was, I knew I had all this potential. I could feel it. It was just bubbling away just underneath the surface. And I knew I had it. I knew I had the potential to achieve pretty good things if only I had some direction. It felt like all the people who were successful on the internet, they had some missing piece of the puzzle that I didn't have, and they weren't sharing it. So it took me, embarrassingly, around 3 years of trial and error, 3 years of failure, before things finally began to make sense. But then, when things did click, everything changed. I finally understood the secret of traffic generation. And do you know what? It wasn't SEO. It wasn't advertising. I mean, all those things can be important, especially SEO. But I found a faster way to get traffic. And while I was waiting for my content to index and rank in Google, this kind of tied me over. It got me traffic faster than anything I'd seen before. And I realized that there were really only 3 steps that I had to take. And the great thing is, this eventually worked on every website I became involved with, in practically every niche. Okay, so step 1, to really succeed online, you have to know your market. You've heard that before, but this really means knowing your target audience and also knowing your competitors, and then being able to reverse engineer their success. Think about that for a second, because when you know how to do that, things become very powerful. You have this ability to see how people succeed and then emulate some of that. Now, an easy way to get some quick data about who's sending traffic to your competitors is to use SimilarWeb. So look at this, you just put in your competitor's website there, and scroll down to referrals. Now you can see some of the websites that are linking to them. And because they're sending traffic to your competitors, there's a chance they'll be able to send traffic to you too. Okay, so step 2. Next, you have to build an audience and you have to know what they want. So this is how you get results fast and without wasting time or money on ideas that you don't really know will work. Because when you know what people want, they'll keep coming back to you for more. And one of the best ways to know what your target audience wants is to survey them. Now, if you don't have your own email list or audience to survey yet, don't worry. You can just survey someone else's. So you can go to relevant Facebook groups or even subreddits and run a poll. Ask them questions, and this will give you some vital data to work with. That is, until you build your own audience. I mean, look at what I'm doing right now on YouTube. You can see on my channel, I'm frequently surveying my audience so I know what type of videos to make for you. Okay, step 3. Finally, when you know what your audience wants, you need to know where to find them. So this means stepping in front of your audience wherever they already congregate online. So wherever we look online, we can see that there are large communities of people, practically available for every niche. This is traffic that already exists, and all you have to do is make your presence felt. And you can do that by delivering value to them. So help them out, answer their questions, become a friend and advisor, help solve their problems, and help move them further along their journey. Because instead of pitching and trying to sell to them, when you become a friend and advisor, that builds trust faster, and ultimately it helps you build an audience quicker. Now, if all this makes sense to you and you want my best traffic sources to help you do this, I've got a new monthly training program for you that I think you're going to love. It's called Traffic Monthly, and it will teach you automated traffic methods, stealthy website marketing strategies, and give you brand new traffic sources every single month. So if that sounds good, head over to trafficmonthly.com and check it out for yourself and make up your own mind if it is right for you. And if you found this useful, give it a thumbs up below, subscribe to the channel too if you want more videos like this, and remember to click the little notification bell so you never miss an update from me. Thank you for watching, and I will hopefully see you again in a couple of days' time. Take care.